Welcome. Welcome back and welcome home, my friends. My name is Melissa, and I will be your multi-density cosmic tour guide today. We're going to do a little bit of a twin flame check-in, and I sincerely, deeply, genuinely appreciate you hitting that like button and the share and the subscribe button as well. Thank you so much. It's huge. So let's see what we got for the twin flames. I'm going to go ahead and start with just a little bit of channeled energy that I'm feeling, message from spirit. And you know how I always get those telepathic downloads all the time, messages and things. And what I'm getting is the divine feminine is being nurtured and held up. And everything that you could ever desire is within reach. And some of the waiting time is over. Some of the being quiet or sort of by yourself time is over. And it'll feel really peaceful. There's a lot of peace and grace in this. So I really like that. Let's go ahead and start with the divine feminine and pull a couple of cards and see what we got. Family of light. Family of light. So, can you feel your family of light with you, around you, protecting you? Some of you have very strong guides and angels, your light beings, the pure light beings, in assistance, and they have been protecting you from some of the really hard stuff. Because if you are alive on this earth right now, you are going through some heavy stuff, some processing and integrating for everyone. And that family of light is around you. And so this look at this beautiful being, this angel being. And again, these layers of higher self all the way up to the divine source. And some of you have some really beautiful angels with you on your journey, in your sleep, in your waking time, and your family of light is always around you. Some of your family of light is also incarnate in this lifetime, and I'm getting that some of you, especially the divine feminines that I'm speaking to right now, are walk-ins. And that you've done a lot of integrating in what people cannot comprehend. So your perhaps lower self was here earlier. And at some point in life, whether it was very young or along the way, your higher self came in. And some of them had delays, and some of them were coming in to bring us through to this next time period. So walk-ins for the twin flame beings and the 144,000 frequencies that I'm seeing. And I understand that this is just a perspective and that other people are saying different things about the 144,000, but there's a perspective piece of this that brings in 144,000 frequency light activations that brings our DNA back into not only our physical, but our mental, emotional, spiritual, our etheric DNA back into balance as we were created and meant to be. So back into our image of God or our royal tribes. So your family of light standing right next to you, and you're really, really much more protected than you think. And so remember, sometimes people don't care for your light or your expression. Sometimes, like all of us have been there. I think we have expressed things in ways that other people can't understand, or maybe it's a little hard to understand. But some people are going to be agitated by your light, and they are just going to find every reason to hate you. So is a little bit of that going on, but it feels like those things are being shielded and pushed back further and further. And so again, I always thank you for being you. And so divine feminine in you, male, female, all of us, me, you, us, them. Beautiful. Thank you. Your family of light has signs, guidance, innate and ancient wisdom to help you awaken to in these times. So I'm feeling really nourished. And so when we talk about codes and activations, what this means is that we're being decoded from the lower matrix or the fallen Garden of Eden. All of us have inverted stuff in our energy fields because we're human beings, and all of us have gone through this. Every single person that's ever been alive, ever. And those signs and those codes, and the guidance and things that we are awakening to, the wisdom and knowledge and truth, are being recoded and reset and activated in us. And that brings we can listen to each frequency, those 144,000 frequency pieces, and get different, receive different, tones, frequencies, knowledges, and wisdoms. And we will uncover those sacred truths, that will eventually show us who we are all the way, and each other, and connect us in the right way in that light grid that we are. So, listen inside and go inside and feel your divine family of light, just sort of holding you, nudging you, guiding you, and feel those pieces, those downloads come in, and those pieces of wisdom really awaken in you. So divine feminine, this is really exciting. You know what's pretty cool is as I'm feeling that some of the twin flames are recognizing that some of the lower twin flames are false twins or dark beings or soulless beings that were hunting people. They are the lowest, most inverted point of us. And those higher self pieces, those energetic places, the soul, the consciousness that is in us, that's surpasses this physical incarnation, are also aligning. So the lower and the above become as above, so below, in balance. And that's really happening in a really big way. The true empress in each one of us, or the true divine feminine in each one of us is truly like connecting and understanding the next pieces of wisdom and knowledge and truth. And each one of those frequencies can teach us different things. So each one of the frequencies are accessible to all of us, in different ways within our own DNA strands. Some have particular purposes over here in the spectrum, and some have particular purposes over here and understandings over here. And I ask for all of our lifetimes, knowledges and wisdoms to be able to flow, at the right times, divine timing for each one of us. So I'm excited about that. So let's pull another card for the divine feminine and see what we got. What messages for the divine feminine right now? If there's any twin flame. It's weird. I'm seeing the divine masculine know that they know who they're supposed to be with as far as physical and our physical. I always say, and I get gripey about it and cranky and crusty about it, but it's really not this journey. If you have a twin flame that's incarnate here or in spirit that you are able to connect with, it's not really about romance fairy tales. Can be, but there are pieces to this that really activate and balance everything out and bring us to that heaven and earth state. So it's you, all of you who have actively and are knowing that you have a twin here, and there are different aspects of our twins in different people, but the one that you're supposed to be with, the light one, the one that respects you and loves you and holds you not up on a pedestal blindly, but holds you up in balance and that equal reciprocation of divinity. They know who you are. And they know they tried to make other people be you. They know they tried to, all of the twins probably tried to, hoped and wished it was someone else, and all these different pieces of the processes that we've been through. And if I'm not talking about it, we can look at it from a view of not the romantic partnership and physical union. Your sacred union is recognizing those pieces that were, not recognized before, and hidden, broken, pieces like that in each one of us, or all of us. And so we ask for the activation of our etheric DNA to show us those pieces and pull it together as it was meant to be. It's almost like the real puzzle that we were supposed to put together is being put together. And I always go back to, I love that Tool song. It's called Schism. I know the pieces fit because I watched them fall away. So throughout time, we've watched our pieces, our fragmented selves fall away, and our recognition of our soul tribe, soul families, our twins, even in ourselves, our sacred union was just wiped. Our memories were wiped over and over. But somewhere inside, we know the pieces fit because we watched them fall away. And even throughout different lifetimes and timelines and civilizations and things like that, where we've just been annihilated and violated, and some have been adjusted so that they were not themselves, and their soul very essence has been eaten and things like that. Those pieces are coming back into alignment or rebalanced or rebuilt in the divine masculine and feminine in all of us. And so that means that Christed energy is going to lead us to our eyes opening about the wisdoms and the truth. This is such a cool time. Like, this is really all my lifetime, these times of what I've been waiting for. So we've got Arcturians for the divine feminine. The Arcturians are sometimes known as, the energies or the frequencies of the Arcturians are known as healers and very advanced in particular areas. So I think, some of you have that activation of that Arcturian energy in you. And so that technically could be star beings, sky beings, pure white light, DNA healing, sacred geometry. So in these last months and years probably too, but in particular these last days and weeks and months, we are pulling together the system, and we're ripping away, delousing the system, the universe around us, of the false light and the inverted pieces that we all thought were true and real. So we're surpassing that glass ceilings and the sacred geometry that was inverted or tainted, the love that was tainted, the light that was tainted between us, is being rebalanced and recalibrated with that pure Christed energy and pulled back up into divine order. So I love this. The Arcturians are bringing us not only guidance and wisdom today of understanding of what some of the sacred geometry in our souls, our hearts, our spirit knows what they mean. And the pure white light that cannot be tainted, that was far away outside of us, being replaced, or not replaced, but refurbished, restored, resurrected, has that. And the DNA healing that we have all needed. That's why we came here, is to heal this DNA, not only in our physical and mental, spiritual, but spiritual for sure, in that etheric form as science meets spirit. And that sacred geometry is being cleansed and cleared back. Speaking of Arcturians, that one time when one of my boyfriend people we were out in the yard, and I said, that star is moving, like that's not a star. And we both watched in awe of this star moving, and then another one. And so there was a formation beginning. And I don't always recommend anyone just listening to aliens or extraterrestrials or whatever. And it's rude to call them aliens because they are part of our higher selves. However, there is a faction, there's a spiritual war going on of the inverted beings or the shadow beings, or and we have much more advanced spacecrafts, aircrafts, light ships in motion and all around us than the general public is aware of. So that's why I love to do the UFO tours and travel and do the UFO tours, and so we can learn together, because I don't know, and the ancient alien-y kind of information that we all want to learn, and just, that's what we're working on together. So the Arcturians, being a very divine group of beings who are extraterrestrials, they're not really extraterrestrial, but they're extraterrestrials will work, bring a specific kind of knowledge and healing, and they hold the earth grid in different ways. And when we were watching that, this was, I lived in Oklahoma, and I was in Osage County, and we were out and we were watching these stars. Instead of just sit there, they went. And so that boyfriend in particular has always said, over many years, has said, I don't understand how you're doing this. What are you doing? And I'm like, it's just the consciousness, communication. You can communicate, ask them, ask the light in that consciousness right there, what they're doing, and you can also ask them to prove that they're light, because we don't want to talk to any dark energies or entities. They're really all light holding us here. It's this, remember, the simulation allows this darkness and these things to creep in. So I said, ask them what, and tell me, if you want to tell me, you don't have to tell me, but tell me what you're receiving. It'll be like, telepathic message. And we saw the whole sky light up in like Metatron's cube. So it was Merkaba, and it was just held. And the answer he got, and I was kind of asking over here quietly, and say anything. He's like, oh, it's holding I think he said grid, and I think he said light. I can't remember all the words, but I was like, I know, it just, these light beings let us know that they're here. And I think the Osage, where I'm from, even though it's a little bit rough and known for being a little bit rough, I love it so much. I swear I've had past lives through there, and it's magical. And that area, I just love it. That native land, I love it. And I'm so grateful I've got to live there for a teeny tiny bit. I would do anything to, be able to have a house there, be able to be there sometimes, and, just share with people and be close to people I love. But that magical energy it's super, super groovy. And that the light ships have formed as above, so below, and then on into the Metatron's cube, were saying they were pulling out the lower dark pieces and holding it until humanity understood, or human beings could understand and readjust it, without any false light, and hold the light grid in pure Christed energy. So that was the message. So I'm getting that for the divine feminine today, as well as the divine masculine, because in this time period, we went through and held the light. The light grid is back, and stargates and things like this that hold our energy for frequencies, for our consciousness, for our civilization to be here, that had been inverted and destroyed in the past. So we're coming back into recognition of what that means, without false light, without false belief systems, without things. So step by step, we'll get there. And that light grid is being held for us. And the true sacred geometry that was just distorted is being put back into order. The Arcturians are beautiful for that, and the signs and the codes and the things that you're getting, downloads that you all are getting, you will get it, you will catch it, you will know, and they are clean and clear more and more as we walk through in that pure Christed energy. So thank you, twins, for coming here and doing the hardest work that was most painful for all of us. And most distorted and hardest work here on the ground. And as you held the light and cleared the shadow and walked through many shadows of death, valleys for humanity. So thank you so much. Get ready to feel more free, Divine Feminine. Feel ready. Open up your eyes to receiving. It's time finally for some of you to receive love, the love that you've given. Receive goodness. It's almost like a treasure chest of goodness that you have given throughout time. And in this lifetime that was not either reciprocated or was stolen or stomped on, or it's time. So I'm going to ask for the Divine Masculine. What can we know? Oh, 2 came out, and I love this. The Lemurian Shaman. So I am feeling this beautiful energy of skies and earth and knowing and wisdom and magic in our Divine Masculine. So it could be our Divine Masculine person who are super psychic and magical, and their gifts and talents and abilities come in, their intuitions. It's all different because their frequencies are different. But their tunes and their magic their Christed energy is spectacular, and their knowing is really cool. And this shows this Lemurian shamanic energy. And keep your eyes open for butterflies. This is huge signs right now. Oh, look at that. And the rainbow. Look at that rainbow bridge that's built in our consciousness, and each bandwidth layer builds this in our consciousness. Look at that. Look at this guy. He is ready. He's ready for anything. And we go back to the beginning of our spark, our creation, and all that knowledge and knowing that we have learned and grown in throughout time as we are held in the beauty. Ooh, I love this. There's a dolphin connecting. So in Lemuria, it was the calmest, most advanced and harmonious consciousness civilization that we've ever known. So there's that real tree of life that was distorted, that the Divine Masculine is holding up and continuing to cleanse and clear to bring in that DNA activation. And of course, the dolphins always indicate to me a little bit of message of the twin flames, and they're bringing us flowers. The dolphins are. Watch the butterflies. That too is also a good sign for remembering Divine Masculine, that those inverted layers and those dark energies that were infested into each and every one of us are being reversed back and put in back into the divine order as it was supposed to be, or the Garden of Eden, or the heaven on earth as it was meant to be, as we were meant to be. So because the butterfly was used backwards in places, this is a rebirth and renewal and beginning. So it's almost like, even though in the northern we're beginning to come into chillier weather and colder season, and so we're in the fall, the autumn, and that can be cooler and wiser in some ways as we watch the falling leaves and feel the chill in the air, that the air actually just gets a little bit different. And then as we go into winter, those pieces of wisdom it's almost like hibernating in us. as we keep learning. And maybe, for writers or journalists that sometimes need to have time, or people that write music, or they go by themselves or with their band or with their muses and inspirations, and hibernate and pull that everything out of stagnation, and that knowledge, that wisdom, that channeling of what they do, what they put on paper, or what they bring to us in the frequencies or the tones or the music, or their art palettes come out in that wisdom and knowledge and truth after being pushed out of hibernation or through those times. The other card that came out is Depths of Love. I feel like, look at that. I feel like some of the divine masculines, or the divine masculine in us, is super reaching out our fins and our hands to each other. And we're just relishing in all of the emotion that we've navigated through. We've navigated through a whole lot of lower dense energies, and it's joyous. This is passionate. This is home. We recognize home in the eyes of who we're supposed to be around. And I feel like some of the divine masculines are getting ready to break on through to the other side and say, all of those ideas that I couldn't be with you, or I don't really like you because you're not pretty, or you're not good, or you don't have any nice shoes, are going to be totally erased. And the Akash is being cleared in these past timelines and past lives and coming together. And the divine masculine is going to go, I know that I know. I love, my heart loves. And I feel like just like glowing, loving hearts, and the divine masculines and those around him know who he's supposed to be with, if it's a physical union. And those around him also can feel his destiny calling, his calling inside. And they know how people are kind of glowing up, and that they're really meant to follow their calling in different ways. So the Depths of Love card says, let go of fear, jump into love, let go beyond attachments. I know I have really needed that and been working on that myself. And I'm pretty sure all of you have worked on this deeply, and you do it really well. So good job and congratulations. The Lemurian Shaman one that I didn't read, it is shadow dissolving in gaze of truth, beyond fear, initiation. And to me, it feels like I've been seeing that the actual last few years have been the initiation in different pieces. And this is like the final countdown of some of the big integral pieces that we are going to see coming back into alignment. And we're just going to connect in different ways. Our whole lives are changing again, noticeably. And some of you twins know who you're supposed to be with. And if you don't, and you just feel them, this is a glorious time. I think many of you are going to cross paths with some of the beings that you were meant to be with. If there's been anyone tricking you, sneaking you, trying to tell you you're supposed to be with so-and-so over there, tell you what you're thinking, and they're totally wrong, which is, I can't tell you how many times that happened to me. People cannot, I don't know what, they think I'm an enigma or something, so I'm assuming that's happening to you. People think they know what you're thinking or what you want, but they just don't really get it in there. And I feel like if anyone's been telling you, like, so-and-so's your person, so-and-so's your twin flame, like if they're forcing things upon you, or their ideas or projections, it's like it's a sad state, because they're not going to make it through that. And I know, I just feel like it's done. And if you feel, reach out to your person. If your person's in spirit, or you have not met your person yet, just know that your souls, your spirits, your hearts are communicating, and you really do exist in that 5D, and you're going to start remembering that a little bit more. So divine masculine, you might be having extra dreams, or a little bit of extra telepathy, or the ability to just go touch your counterpart in that 5D and go, hey, will you just remember in your awareness that I'm talking to you, and this is a little bit about me. I like crystals. I like Dr. Pepper, not Coke. I like airplanes, and I don't care for jalapenos. Whatever it is, just keep communicating a little bit and seeing and holding that daily life that your heart desires. And sometimes some would need to be like nameless, so you're not trying to pull in somebody that you hope is your twin flame. And I know I've been working with people, and I've done this for myself as well, like trying to make just recognize the frequency and the light of who they are, instead of trying to force anyone to be anything. And I'm seeing really a lot of dissolution of the false twins, or people that didn't follow through with their promises, or were not really anything. They weren't even probably soulmates, being pulled out of our energies, because some of us have had many past lifetimes with some different people. Oh, I love this. So for the divine masculine and feminine in this twin flame reading, get this. Hey, this is so cool. Crystal child. So remember, our crystalline body is being, it's almost like evolving in us. This has massive amounts of wisdom, knowledge, truth, magic, all within itself. The crystals are being activated in us, and our crystal light body, and even the plasma around us. The crystal children have been working on that, as well as clearing away super weird layers of frequencies that have been really anchored down, or in a lot of suffering, and clearing that away so that all can be awakened. We're doing it like the 100th monkey, when the 100th, like when one monkey figures it out, and then the next one figures it out, and then the 100th monkey, it becomes so. And so in our monkey minds, the crystalline children have been bringing layers of this pure divine light of the universe to each one of us, so our crystalline bodies can be in order. And heaven on earth is our normal. The crystal child, activating, coding, all kinds of stuff, all over the place. Your natural core, pure, innocent, removing falsehood, right there, seers. So, I just love this, because it feels like that many of you masculines and feminines are, can resonate with this layer of activation, and are definitely seers, definitely visionaries, and, are helping peel, without judgment, but peel away those, falsehoods and the false light. The other one I got was Rainbow Child. I love this. So I love the Rainbow Children, and they're all around. These are the indigos as well. So the crystalline children, the Rainbow Children, the star seeds, it's all sort of relative, and also its own constellation of constellation. There you go. The Rainbow Child, look at this person, like having a good time. Look at the cool crystals in their hair, bringing that consciousness to the world. And this is our physical form, bringing it, the rainbow bridges into order, sweeping away anything that's kept our rainbow bridges here on earth. Not that we're dying, but that we have rainbow bridges here of understanding that heaven and earth is here. holding that in space. So this is also like when I saw the beyond belief experience with that boyfriend, where I was like, you listen to him, I'm gonna be over here, what? And we watched the Merkaba form, and the rainbow children are bringing us this plasma as well, which is the heaven on earth energy. Each band ray brings many different frequencies of purity and touches each one of us as we touch each other and can connect with each other. Not touch each other, but like connect with each other. So thank you, rainbow children, for activating us and building this bandwidth frequency of rainbow bridge all around us, so that we can stand safely, comfortably in heaven in our physical form, this physical dense form, heaven on earth, and connect with the heavens. So I'm going to pull one more. I'm going to do a Sacred Destiny card because it's right here still from a couple days ago. It's an oracle deck, an inspirational oracle deck from Denise Lynn, Linn. We all love her. Healing chaos, yes. So I know we can expect some towers, and look at all those pieces in our bandwidth frequencies that are being pulled out that wouldn't fit, and that's been chaotic in our world. So we're healing from the chaos and healing the chaos. So those pieces that were, those houses that were stomping us, those fences, those washing machines that are flying around that weren't supposed to be on top of our foot, are being pulled out. And as you know, we're shutting down that black hole that was like pulling us out, like body snatching, mind snatching humanity for a long time. The black hole that was just sucking us like a vacuum out of who we are. And so we're shutting down that black hole. It's reversed, shutting it down so that it can't happen again, and the darkness can't creep. So healing chaos. I like it. So thank you, twins. Thank you, divine counterparts. Thank you, loved ones, soul family, soul tribes. Thank you for being you. And thank you for hitting the like button. And let me know what kind of videos or information, or if you have any questions, just let me know in the box below. I thank you. Many blessings and much love, counterparts, much love. Union.